Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us at our postgraduate session today, talking all things PG January 2026. So just a couple of introductions from me before we start. Hello, my name's Lauren. I'm the Postgraduate Marketing Manager here at Keele University. And I'm also joined by two of my colleagues today from our Student Experience and Support team, Caitlin and Paul. Thank you for being here, folks.
Hello.
The session is going to last for half an hour today, so thanks for sticking with us. We'll cover Welcome Week, support on arrival, accommodation, and what it's like to settle into postgraduate life at Keele. The session's open to anyone thinking about a January start, whether you already hold an offer, you're exploring a career change, or are simply interested in postgraduate study at Keele. We've hopefully left some time for a Q&A session at the end too, so don't be shy, please pop any questions you have in our chat function. Just to say, this will be available on demand too, for you to watch back after, so don't worry if you miss anything in the moment. So without further ado, shall we get going in all things January 2026 in the world of PG? So thanks Caitlin, Paul, hi, lovely.
Minutes.
Thank you. Can we talk a little bit about who your team are and what the Student Experience and Support team do at the university, please?
Absolutely.
We're part of Student Services and our role, Student Experience and Support, we're first point of contact, and really anything non-academic, anything sort of welfare related, you can contact us and we can either provide you with the answer or support or direct you to the most appropriate place. And there's a range of teams and services and student services, including counselling and mental health, disability support and inclusion, and finance.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's also important to note as well that we do work quite closely with schools, but we do offer confidential support to our students, and we would never want students to be put off by the fact that we do work with schools to come to us. Basically, the more that we know, if anything is going on, the more support that we can offer, and really put in kind of a well-rounded package of support to help any students with just whatever they need, whether that might be kind of disability support and inclusion, or linking in with the financial support team, whatever it is, kind of we're the middleman and we can put you in the right direction and get that support set up.
Brilliant, thank you. Sounds like we've got lots of support, which is what we love, thank you. What can students already joining us in January 2026 from the UK or internationally expect on their first few days at Keele, please, lovely? So what arrival support do we offer?
So for our international students, so that's especially that Thursday the 22nd of January, if you were arriving at Manchester Airport prior to 2 p.m, we are offering a coach transfer completely free of charge onto campus. So those emails will go out in December, and you'll have your place confirmed if that's what you want to do. The way of transport to get to the university. So in those next few days, on the Thursday and the Friday, we'll be holding a welcome dinner. There'll also be a welcome breakfast and a quiz that you can get involved with. Events are still being planned and updated, so we've got a Keele app which we would encourage you to download, and so you can check to see what's been added kind of to the itinerary for those first couple of days, and just give you that chance to explore the campus, get to grips with where things are. Like, we've got plenty of things on site, like a local shop, pharmacy, GP practice, get to know where your own school is, and we've got a gorgeous campus to explore, so just that opportunity to have a look around.
We are pretty lovely, aren't we? We're pretty biased, but we are a very pretty campus. Thanks, lovely. So just to confirm, Welcome Week is taking place on January the 26th to the 30th, and main thing there is to download the Keele app.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we've got a few confirmed activities for now, and more will be added as we get through that. Brilliant, thank you. And talking of Welcome Week then, how do we include all PG students in our Welcome Week activities?
Okay, so we've got a range of students, whether that be student parents, mature students, care leavers, estranged, whatever that might be. So we already have those diverse groups on campus, so there is something for everyone. So that will stem from different activities that have been set up, different societies, so there may be kind of music, sports, crafts, whatever you're into. We've got over 150 societies to get involved with. We've also got our KPA, which is the Keele Postgraduate Association, where you can go to. They run their own individual events as well, so they may be more geared towards mature students or student parents. So those events are also continually being updated, and they can help point you in the right direction, as can CISOs, just to see what's happening and get you involved in whatever's on.
Thank you. And just to confirm, lovely, for anyone who's listening, CISOs are your team.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, we love an acronym in a university, don't we? CISOs are your team and you're very much here to support. Thank you. If people are planning on living on campus in our accommodation, so they haven't visited before, say they're an international student, what can they expect in terms of settling in, please, on those first few days of arriving? Obviously, they've come a long way. They've not necessarily visited us before. Like, what support do your team offer, please?
Well, as part of student services, there's actually a resident advisor team, and the on-campus accommodation, there'll be a range of activities set up to help you to settle in, and also whom to contact and the various processes you need to work through in order to get settled in and answer any queries you've got.
Okay, and those resident advisors are in our accommodation, aren't they? There
Yes, they're based here. They're part of the residence life team, which is part of student services.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about that. You just need to know that someone's there who can offer you help and assistance and help you to settle in and answer the questions that you may have, and help with sort of practical things like shopping and where to find all the various things on campus, and laundry, bus routes, all those sorts of things.
All the important things you need to know when going to university, laundry being one of them.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And just to say as well, we offer guaranteed accommodation on campus for January 2026 new entrants who make Keele their firm choice and who apply for accommodation by Friday the 5th of December 2025. Please note at the moment we're not able to offer any of our adapted rooms as they're already fully occupied on campus, but we will support the students in finding a room off campus with one of our accredited landlords. T&Cs apply. So just to know that date, Friday the 5th of December, please. Thank you, guys. For students who live more locally and have decided to commute to Keele, how do we make sure that they still feel part of something even though they're still living at home?
Yes, so we do have a lot of commuter students on campus. One of the really good things that we've introduced in the past year, we've got our common room in the centre of campus. So that's got things like just a microwave and boiling water for your cups of teas in between lectures. And we really want the opportunity for our commuter students to come and integrate into student life here. There's a pool table in there. There's bean bags that you can get yourself comfy. There's a range of games, so ways that you can meet other students that might not necessarily be on your course as well. There's also a range of different places across campus, so that will include all the different coffee shops, eateries, study places. Like I'm the CISO for the business school, we've got an atrium there, lots of comfy seats, places where you can study or just meet with your friends. Again, we'd also recommend that commuter students get involved with the societies. There's something for everyone. We've got the gym that runs its own classes, there's the sports field. There's a lot of different things going on, and I know traditionally maybe commuter students wouldn't have necessarily wanted to get as involved in the student life, but we're definitely trying to promote that. Things going on at the Students' Union, and also the KPA again.
Thank you, lovely. And I think to note on that society point, like, if there's a society, there's so many societies, isn't there? It's just ridiculous. But if there's something you're interested in, you can set a society up as well, can't you? So might be something that you think that you're interested in and a hobby that you can then set a society up yourself as well. Thank you, sweets. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about induction. So what happens in this time and what dates is this for January, please, lovely?
So the induction, so that normally happens within the school settings. So that'd be the opportunity where you're introduced to your modules, you'll meet your module leads, programme directors and other students on your course. So that's between January the 26th and the 30th. During that time there'll also be a variety of welcome talks, so the welcome to Keele, that will again introduce you to the campus, what's available, the different support services should you need it, especially for international students, the opportunity to meet international compliance, so that will ensure that you're aware of kind of all the visa regulations, regulations around if you need to work, things like that. So you'll just really get that opportunity to know what service and who's there for different support needs throughout your Keele journey. You'll also get the chance to look around your schools, just make sure you know where you're going and exploring the campus. It's also that week where if there's any kind of issues with timetables, little tweaks can be amended. And just really to get you up and going and familiarised before your week 1 kicks in, which will be the week after.
Brilliant, thank you, lovely. So 26th of the 1st, 2026, that date's there as well. In terms of money then, folks, and planning finances ahead of time and thinking about saving or potentially part-time jobs on campus, for example, what support is available to students from the UK and internationally, please? What can we offer?
Well, there's a dedicated financial support team, and they can answer queries about your student finance. They can also help with extra financial assistance depending on personal circumstances. So there's a range of support available and advice available. The most important thing is, if unsure, is to ask. With regards to jobs, there's a variety of support available. There's again a dedicated career service as part of student services. Students can access that, and that can help with jobs, sort of short-term jobs in the immediate future, but also help with your longer-term career planning. You can also link into the Student Union or the KPA for help with sort of local, more immediate jobs too. And of course, depending on what you're studying, you can link into your school, because there may be professional programs or development programs that you can access or work related to your course. So again, the most important thing is just to ask.
Perfect. So got that support there as well, folks, in terms of settling in, finances, that dedicated financial support team, and jobs short-term and long-term as well from our careers team. Thank you. Just to also mention as well, we have got our additional scholarships, which are based on academic attainment, including our Keele Graduate Scholarship and the Postgraduate Global Scholarship as well, plus our alumni discount if you are part of our Keele community previously or at the moment. Terms and conditions apply. Please just visit our postgraduate funding page for more information on that. You've already touched on jobs, lovely. Thank you for that. In terms of like the vibe of our campus, so I immediately think of the KPA in part of this. So for anybody who's listening, lovely, what is the KPA? What does that acronym stand for, and what can they get involved with there?
So the KPA is our Keele Postgraduate Association. So that's again in the heart of campus. So first and foremost, for some students, it's a bar. They have different theme nights. You can always get food there. But it is so much more than that as well. They offer drop-in support specifically for our PG students. So whether that be kind of financial advice, advice about bursaries and scholarships. They also have drop-in sessions during the week where you can complete your work, kind of study sessions. You can meet other PG students there, and also they're really kind of involved with the university, so they elect postgraduate officers throughout the year, so they are there to speak up for the postgraduate students. They want to make changes, they want things to be as good for that postgraduate experience as possible. So if that's something that you want to get involved in, you could put yourself forward for officer, or just be there to kind of offer your views on what you feel would be valuable for students, for yourself and other students going forward as well.
They also make a mean sandwich.
Yes. Good prices in there as well.
Good prices, mean sandwich. We can also advocate for that as well. And it's just so nice, isn't it, to have that dedicated kind of relaxed social space on campus to go and meet other postgraduates as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, lovely. So before we get into our Q&A, we're going to put some key dates up on the screen, and just to make sure that you are aware of everything you need to know for starting with us in January 2026. So all the dates are here, which is our URL, keele.ac.uk/study, postgraduate study, January, apply for January. So application deadline, you can apply online via our website. The application link for each course is on the individual course page, so please make sure you check there. In terms of deadlines for the applications, for international students, it's the 24th of November 2025, and in December for our home UK students. We do encourage those early applications. We can consider into the new year for home students, but you are advised to apply as soon as possible, please. International postgraduate students, starting with us in January 2026, the latest date for your deposit payment to reach us is the 1st of December 2025, please. Accommodation, please make Keele your firm choice and apply by Friday the 5th of December for our accommodation guarantee. noting our T's and C's. International student arrival, the team have touched on this here today. Airport collection accommodation is 21st of January 2026, plus your international student enrolment. And induction and teaching week is the 26th of January, and the latest date of arrival is the 13th of February 2026. So all details are on the URL that's on your screen right now. So don't worry about dates, we've got them all there listed for you. Okay, folks, thank you. Let's have a little look at this Q&A then, what we've got going on in the chat. I've got a couple of questions so far about what's the Keele app, where do they download it, what's that practical advice, folks, in terms of like getting the app, how do people download it, can they do it before they start, how does it work, please?
Yeah, so all the instructions are on the website. If you put in the Keele app or you look at Induction on the website, it takes you to all the information that you need and also where to get help if there's an issue, for example, linking into the IT team. So it's all on the website, you just pop it in there. With regards to what the app does, it gives you all the information that you need to immediately access. So it gives you access to the various processes you need, it gives you access to your timetable, and it also, as we've touched on earlier on, that will also outline all the activities that are going on campus at a particular time, and there's lots and lots of activities. So it's essentially it's your gateway into what you need to know.
Thank you. So yeah, we've got the details there up on the screen as well for you, so you've got details of that as well. A lot of people saying hello from different parts of the world. Hello, can't wait to welcome you, or even if you're considering postgraduate study in January, welcome and thank you. In terms of your team then, folks, when would people starting in January come to meet you? Is there an introduction? Are you around at Welcome Week? Does that take, are you introduced when they start on their programme? How does that first introduction to your team work, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So it hasn't been finalised for Welcome Week yet, but what we do, there will always be kind of a session that students are invited along to where they do get to meet different teams. So each school which students are in has got a designated student experience and support officer. So we will be going along to these meetings and we'll do a presentation. You'll find out a lot more about what we can do for you and the kinds of scenarios where you may wish to come to us. We're also, everyone in student services as well, we are a really accessible team, so we're based in the middle of campus. You can contact us by email, you can contact us by arranging a Teams appointment, or we do all have daily drop-in sessions as well. So we do kind of offer email, face-to-face or Teams, just to make it as easy as possible for you to get in touch with us. So kind of anything that you're unsure of, we do have a central email which is student.services@keele.ac.uk. So it will be directed to the right team, but obviously attend those drop-ins if there is anything that you want to discuss. We're happy to meet you, and yeah, we want to make sure that you have the best experience that you can at Keele with us.
Thank you, lovely. In terms of Welcome Week then, like, what's it like? Like, what can people expect, particularly if you're a postgraduate student and maybe you've been out of university for a while, maybe you're an international student, like, what can we expect in terms of like it starting? I know that sounds a silly question, but like, is there a schedule? Is there days? Is there plans that are provided in advance? How would people know how to get involved, please?
Yes, so again, those are being finalised at the moment. They'll all be updated on our Keele app. At the moment, the plan is on the Monday there'll be a refreshers fair, so that's for all the students on campus, so current September starters as well as the January ones. It's a chance for you all to get together and get to grips with what's going on. So it happens in the SU. There'll be kind of samples, freebies, different local services coming in just to share what's going on in the local area, just so you can really get a feel about what's going to be available during your time here at university. Tuesday would be the Societies and Clubs Fair. So again, we've got over 150 of them. It gets very hot and crowded in the SU with everyone there, but we do want to give everyone the opportunity to kind of shout about what's going on, give you that chance to get involved, whether that's a current passion or hobby that you've got at the moment, or if it's something that you want to get into and try. There really is something for everyone. What else is going on? On the Friday there's a film night, that's to be continued, and it's just, it is a really nice feel on campus during those welcome weeks. Everyone's happy. The other students are excited to come back. They're kind of at the end of their assessment period as well, so it just gives them the opportunity to kind of relax again, get back into university life, and just pick up where they left off.
Thank you, lovely. Yeah, it's just a nice time to kind of settle in, get to know everyone. There's something for everyone, isn't there, with that society, and we've got the KPA there as well. Is there any specific events the KPA are putting on specifically during Welcome Week?
There will be.
Okay,
It's just not been finalised as of yet. But like we were saying before, those are catered towards different kind of student groups. So the more mature students or international students. Recently, they've just had things going on for Halloween. There'll be quiz nights. There are different things happening. It's just a case of those being finalised. So I'm really sorry I don't have the details to share with you just at the moment.
So key details here are: go online, download that Keele app. We've put the URL on the screen, and keep posted on Welcome Week and exactly what we're up to and doing. Thank you. In terms of our international students then, folks, obviously got a really thriving international student community. How do we make them specifically feel welcome when they're coming all that way and being away from potentially family and home, etc.? What do we do specifically for them?
So
So there's a kind of a separate welcome program which tries to answer some of the questions that you may have and go through the various bits and pieces that you might need to be aware of as a general student, and then beyond that there's some extra and specific activities that are putting on to try and make everyone to feel at home. So there's some events, some get-togethers, quite informal, but also sort of practical things. I mentioned laundry before, but things like shopping, where to go to the shops, how to go to the shops, and also an opportunity to meet other students who can help answer some of those queries and questions and who've had the similar experience to the one that you have too. So again, just a matter of accessing what's happening, and if unsure, asking questions. And the most important thing is lots and lots of support available. Just ask.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning as well, we do have welcome buddies. So that would be a student that has already been on campus for at least a year. So they can help with the more practical, the social side of things, and just helping you to get to grips with what's going on, what you're interested in. And sometimes we as staff, we don't always know kind of what's happening at the moment with specific student groups, but they're the ones with the inside information, and they can help kind of get you integrated into those. Additionally, you can get out and explore the local area. We do live in a beautiful part of Staffordshire. There's lots of things going on. We've got a lot of countryside nearby, the local town of Newcastle-under-Lyme, where I'm sure you'll be going into for, again, your shopping, your socialising. So there will be kind of trips and things happening in the local area. Previously, I know there's been a trip set up for Trentham Gardens, which is in our locality. Last week there was, or the week before, there was a trip to Liverpool, I think it was. So there are things that do crop up, and when we've got the numbers, then we can promote that and get students out and about a bit, and just a chance to explore a bit more of the local areas and the wider UK as well.
Perfect, thanks, lovely. We're really proud of it. The campus is beautiful, but local towns and stuff as well, really accessible and easy to get to as well, aren't they, lovely? Thank you. Can you just tell me a little bit more about those welcome buddies then, lovely? How does that scheme work? How are you matched up with people?
Yeah. So welcome buddies, all the information's on the website. So you'll apply. I think you just have to give a little bit of information about yourself.
Yeah, so there's a code you can scan and a form you can fill in, and then we'll match you with an appropriate buddy. We'll be in contact.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice and reassuring as well, isn't it? And in terms of students settling in on their course then, so starting at the university, like settling in and meeting people, for example, that they haven't already spoke to, and settling on that course, how does that kind of come to fruition, lovely? Like, do you get sat next to somebody on the first day? Are you encouraged just to say hello? What support would you give to people for getting to know people who are interested in the same course as them? Because immediately I sit there and think, you've got a common interest, you both want to study the same thing. What advice would you give to somebody on that first day sat in that lecture?
I think kind of the module leaders, and within those kind of first lectures, they will probably promote getting to know your neighbour, that kind of thing. There'll probably be breakout rooms as well. I think you've just got to take this as a new experience. Everyone's in the same boat, which can be reassuring. So it's just kind of getting to know everyone, very slowly, as soon as you start chatting, you realise what common interests there are, and those relationships and building those are promoted throughout your time here at Keele.
Thank you. And in terms of our campus then, we've touched on it a little bit throughout. So the idea that we've got the KPA specifically for our postgraduate students, we've got local shops, library, etc. Like in terms of like the support we offer from a facilities perspective, everything's pretty much here you would need, isn't it? Is there anything you advise to students that like in terms of getting used to the campus and walking around, where should they start? What should they do?
Yeah, so I think everyone would probably start with the centre of campus. I think that's where they tend to
Union Square.
Go to. Yeah, Union Square. We've got there the library, co-op, the pharmacy, coffee shop. I think that's a good starting point. I'd also recommend that you go and find where your school is. There's different accommodation blocks, so you'll probably find throughout your time here, you know, students in different halls, so just getting out and about. We've got an observatory here, which I think is pretty rare probably for universities. There is lots of woodland. There's woodland trails that you can find online, of where you can follow, and just the great area as well. Keele's a little village, got a beautiful little pub. There's walks that you can do around the campus, Whitmore Lakes, which is close by, so there's lots of opportunities and things to see.
We can arrange campus tours too as part of the induction.
Brilliant, thank you. That sounds fab to me, thank you. Okay then, just going to have a little look over those key dates again, so just to make sure that everybody's got everything that they need. So in terms of our application deadline, 24th of November for our international students and December home for our UK students. Again, we encourage you to apply early, but potentially into the new year, but please apply as soon as possible for home students only. International postgraduate students starting in January 2026, the latest date for your deposit payment to reach us is the 1st of December. Don't forget to make Keele your firm choice and apply by Friday the 5th of December for our accommodation guarantee, noting our T's and C's. International student arrival 21st of January, and our student enrolment is that date as well. Induction and teaching week 26th of January 2026, last date of arrival 13th of February, and welcome week 26th to the 30th of January 2026. So thank you everyone, thank you. It seems like people are making friends in the chat already, which is exactly what we want. Can't wait to welcome you all to Keele, hopefully in January. And please, if you haven't already signed up for our postgraduate open event on Wednesday the 3rd of December, please sign up to that as well. All details on our website. Thank you Paul, thank you Caitlin for joining us, and thank you everyone. See you hopefully in January for postgraduate study.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Meeting you.
Thank you.